Good morning. How is it? How is it, everybody? Another early morning in South Africa, hey? Or wherever you are, and if you're not here, it's probably not early morning, if I had to guess. Yeah, I must say, it's kind of annoying getting like a million warnings every time I open up Unity. But anyway. Okay. So, let's see, where did we leave off? Oh wait, I was playing with ChatGPT here. Time tracker. Okay. Okay, before I start anything... Oh, I was playing with the UI. I need a proper design for the UI because it kind of looks like shit right now. Yeah, but I kind of wanna play with it a little bit so I can come up with something. Let me just open up. Okay, so let's just do UI stuff, right? I'm working on this, the waiting room. So I guess, yeah, I want to change the mechanic here a little bit. Let's start this one then, it's fine. We'll work on the waiting room and the UI associated with it, right? Okay. Okay, so I got this thing that I started with trying to get the UI to look like something, and one of the issues, right? Let me just take a sip of this. Okay, I'm just checking my stream again. Okay, so one of the problems. So obviously this is the place where you have to place all your characters and stuff, put them in different areas, etc. And I kind of feel like I want this room preview to look nice, but I kind of want this to feel a little bit more organic. So the lore behind this room is it's kind of like it's part of the tree. Right, and this is supposed to be like a floor plan. Right, but... Okay, so that's fine, but like, I mean, the current look here is not very floor plan-y. Or if it is, it's not the type of floor plan where... I mean, it doesn't look very good as a floor plan for something that's a little bit more organic. Yeah, so that's kind of my problem here. I had ChatGPT just quickly come up with something here because right, this is maybe a little bit more like what I want, right? It's obviously a ChatGPT image, so there's a lot of problems with it. But I like the idea of this because it feels more organic, more natural. Right, this is obviously a perspective. I don't think I'm going to do perspective like this. I might do it just top down. But I like the idea. This is a better layout, I would say. Now, the thing with this layout is... Yeah, look at this. Wow. Yeah, sometimes ChatGPT can get super confused, it seems like. But anyway, so I like this kind of idea, this kind of layout. I think it looks pretty nice. So if we can make it feel a little bit more organic, that'd be cool. So something with more rounded shapes, etc. And I like the idea of having some central thing, like crystal or portal or whatever. So I'm gonna try this type of thing. Let's see where we get to. Okay, so obviously we have this room preview now. This is essentially gonna be UI driven mostly, right? Maybe one day when we have a lot of money or a lot of time or something, we can make it driven by something else. But for now, it's gonna be a UI thing mostly. Maybe I should work from this point. Okay, so let's see. So we don't really need a shop, right? We need some resource pane. I think this would just be the thing that shows us, you know, you have this much money, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it has a few other things in it. This is just your info panel. Okay, so the big things we have to contest with. I'm just going to delete a few of these so I have some space. Okay, so we have a floor plan and we have a room preview. Okay, so the main problem I have, obviously, is fitting everything in here. The other issue I have is making the floor plan sort of infinitely expandable. Right, so I would like it to look a little organic. But the idea is this is like an infinite space, right? So it shouldn't be limited or anything like that. So, So one way we could do it is just make it scroll. Trying to think about how I would make that work. So, okay, so let's imagine this is the floor plan, right? So the first thing we all know is that in Unity, pretty much all visual elements will be squares, right? So we need to think about this from the perspective of having squares. Now, obviously, inside the square, it could be a circle of sorts, or some more organic shape. Okay, so let's do something like that. Let's group them. Right, so it could be a circle inside, but Unity still needs me to have them as blocks, right, that I stack on top of one another like this or something. Okay, so the question would be, okay, let's open Paint quickly and let's think about how we would design something like this with a little bit more of a freeform tool, right? Okay. So obviously a very straightforward type of floor plan would be something that just has it's a room, and you know, inside the room we have a bunch of other rooms. and this is kind of the one I was going with for a while. You have a bunch of other rooms, and then obviously you have a hallway connecting all of them together, which just makes everything easier. Right, so we could do that. It's a little chitty though. Really, I'm not a big fan of just doing something like this. Okay, let's make it small, put it over there, color in the rest of that. So this is a very basic room layout. Very stupid, very basic. There's a hallway and then there's the squares. Now, this doesn't feel very organic to me. I'm not saying it couldn't be made to feel organic, but yeah, that is basically one of the ways we could do this. And my idea was kind of to let the room scroll, but I kind of feel like scrolling in that way would be bad. Or the way I was thinking about it anyway. So let's grab a brush and think about how this could be a little bit more freeform, and if we like that idea. So I kind of feel that we should start off with a central area, at least. Right, so this should be something like our portal room, right? So here's a portal or whatever. This is what kind of gets you going into the different rooms, etc., to start the next level. And from there, I feel like we could have it sprout like going up, you know, and maybe going down. Right, so it goes up and down, and then we could have these, you know, these rooms attached to the side. So maybe we can have a couple of rooms attached to the main room. Right, so this could be the first set of rooms that you can get, and then they can kind of sprout out and do this type of thing. So it keeps that organic type of appearance. So the question is, how do you make something like this appear as if it's or how do you make something like this as UI elements, so literal boxes? Boxes of UI, right? So if we are over here, I guess we'll have to do a lot with the art. So I feel like it would be kind of cool if this thing could zoom out or in a little bit and then potentially grow from there. So let's think about this. So we have the central block, right? This is our first element. This is the middle part. Okay, and then from there we'd have two slithers, you know, just going up and down. And they could go on infinitely, I suppose. Okay. So maybe, you know what, maybe we do something like this. Just thinking about it. Okay, so the one thing I don't want to do is if this is this big, let's say, the main center bit, you know, then all the adjacent rooms should fill in this kind of area. Right, that would just make sense. I feel like. So maybe what we do, if we look at this, so maybe we do this type of thing, but it's going to be not designed like this exactly, but maybe something like, maybe we do something like this, where we have our central room, which is the teleportation room, and then it's got a couple of rooms adjacent to it that we always kind of get, right? And these two rooms are essentially going to be our maybe like our minor portal room or a shop or something like this. This could be our main crystals or our power source or something like that. You know, the heart. If you want to think of it like that. This could be like our general waiting room. So where our characters are kind of situated when they're not doing anything. This could be our normal portal room. Right, then you have your sliver. And then over here you'd have like your shop, and over here we'd have but it doesn't have to be that weird, storeroom. Right, and then your other slots would be here. I don't know. Yeah, I just want the UI to feel a little bit more organic, I guess. And we'll probably have to iterate on this, but maybe this could work for now. So maybe I'll do something like that, where I have a main element here in the middle. Right, and it's actually, you know, 3 rooms, so to speak. This is like the big center area where you have like 3 rooms, and you sort it like that. Or it acts as 3 rooms. So this big one in the middle acts like you know, your essentially your default slot plus your portal room, right? So that's like the basic room you start off with, and then the rest are all extensions or expansions on that, going up or going down. I suppose we could make it go up and have it feel like it's a kind of a tree that's growing. And down would be kind of like a root system. I mean, just from a visual perspective, that could be kind of interesting. I kind of like that idea. I'm just thinking, so for now, obviously, it's not going to look like much. But let's imagine, right, you start with this seed here at the bottom. Or something, you know, that this will be a seed, let's say. And then obviously you have your characters stacked over here. Your portals, and then you grow out a little stem from there, and these other rooms are kind of like sitting over here as branches or leaves or something like that, right? So each of these could be a leaf. See if I can find a leaf icon. Okay. Insert. Yeah, so imagine something like this happens. Let's just see. Okay, I can't change the color. Okay, what gray is all these things? Okay, some other gray. Yeah, but I mean, visually, this is what it could look like, right? So we know, as the developer, that these are not... Okay, let's see. I want to flip them horizontally. So each leaf essentially represents a new room, or whatever you want to call it, that we can access from the seed. So it represents new dimensions or new places that we can go, or something like that. Yeah, I mean, that could be cool. Okay, we can obviously think about the size of everything a little bit now. So let's do I'm pretty sure I didn't duplicate this. Okay, I don't know what's happening here. It seems like I'm breaking PowerPoint. Okay, so let's imagine that's what it looks like, right? So then we have all this real estate. Okay, let's get rid of this stuff. Okay, so your characters will be, let's bring to front. So this is going to be your character icons as the game progresses. Obviously you build your team of characters, right? That's fine. This is going to be where you start the next level. So this is the heart or the portal. Yeah, we can even make this like the center and put your character slots. Yeah, that might be even better. Around that. Right, they can go here. They can go use any one of these rooms. as soon as you click on the room. Okay, so when you click on the room, you get the preview of the room. Right. And along with the preview, okay, we need to figure out what information we want where. Like, do we want this on this side or somewhere over here instead? Yeah, so this is obviously, this is our character stats. How did I do it on these? Okay, so the thing was growing in this direction, which obviously took a lot more space. Yeah. Okay, so I want the preview. I want the info for the room. I think the preview should be at the top at least, eh? Yo, this guy. How's it going, man? Look at me designing UI in not UI toolkit. Okay, so we'll still have the character stats. It seems like I have too much space. I suppose I'll still need to put some other button somewhere. But still, this feels a little awkward. What do I currently have in this UI? How's it going? Oh wait, I did ask. I should have replied. Did I say it was going well? I can't remember where we were in that discussion. Okay, it seems like we just have pretty much a bunch of room previews, which kind of clutters the whole thing quite a bit. Alright, that makes sense. Nice, nice. I don't know if how big this info panel needs to be. I'm sure we don't have this many resources. We could say resources / active effects. I don't know what information to put here. I know the room info can go right there. Oh wait, we might want a room shop as well. Maybe. No, actually, I don't think that's necessary. Yeah, I don't think that's necessary. Okay, so now we still have all this space in the corner for something. I guess this will just be a button. A button space. Maybe I should do... Let's just group all this stuff. Group. If I put that over there, and then I can put my preview front and center, right? That might be good. And then I could put something else over there, which might not look as bad. I don't know. Right, we can make this our info pane type area. So our room info pops up there, and our character info pops up there. There's our character, there's our room. And then this area over here would be all our resources, effects, stats and stuff. Buttons, I don't know. I don't know what I need, but I think this is essentially good enough. So we have this little tree-like thing growing over here, representing yeah, like the expanding space and portals and whatever. I might change this, but I kind of like the idea of a tree that's growing. Do I kind of like that? Maybe I don't like the idea. Yeah, it's difficult to keep the... This is like a... I like the idea of keeping the seed... keeping the seed idea. I don't know what I wanted to say, okay. Okay, well, we'll see how this works. I guess let's implement some of this. Let's start building or moving around our UI and see if we can make this work. I know for a fact what functionality I want. I just don't know how I want to represent it. Okay, if you've seen, you want to see something cool. This guy? Look at this. So we have an artist working on some of the Steam capsule art type things. So he sends us a work in progress every once in a while. Why can't I? Yeah, this is... Okay, he sends us a very low resolution version of it, but... let's see if I can make it zoom. Oh. This is a very low resolution capsule art. So you can see the chicken, who's the first hero that receives the call, right? Looking out across at AVIORUM, the world tree. Yeah, so it's obviously he's working on it, okay? But it takes a while. It takes a lot longer than I thought it would. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool so far. He also designed the logo, but the logo is also still a work in progress. Mostly because me and my wife didn't know what we wanted, so we kind of stuffed him around a bit. But we're on a clear path now, so we'll get there. Yeah, so this tree is eventually going to look like it's going to have kind of a city inside of it or something like that. I don't know if that makes sense. And obviously the whole point of the game is you trying to reclaim the tree for the birds. And I was thinking about how that would work. And obviously we have this magical elevator thing that keeps expanding with new rooms and stuff. So I thought about some lore behind that, and essentially it's going to be like, okay, so we have this elevator room. It's not an elevator, we needed something a little bit better than that. So AVIORUM, the tree itself, is magical, and it's got like, it contains various biomes and stuff like that, right? It's like worlds within a world on each level that you go through. That being said, so we kind of thought that, okay, so AVIORUM, the tree itself, has kind of like this space and time warping magical ability. Since it can house multiple worlds within it, right? It's like a world tree. It's like Yggdrasil or something crazy like that, right? From Norse mythology. But it's kind of. You love Norse, yeah? It's pretty cool. Oops. Yeah, but the tree is kind of in trouble, right? Because it's been taken over by the lizards, and they've been sapping from its power for the last 1,000 years or whatever. And it finally got so desperate that it spawned a new heart seed, right? So this is where the lore gets a little thick, right? So we have this heart seed that spawned within the tree, and it is outside the control of the lizards. The original heart seed, which kind of like is the power source for the tree, is in the lizard's control, or in the crocodile's control. The boss has it, right? But now this new juvenile one spawned, and out of desperation, it is capable of teleporting the heroes to and from the various worlds they need to go liberate. But it's because it's juvenile and small, it's not really it's not a big space, right? It's just a small little portal area where your characters can huddle around. And the idea is that as you free, or as you kill enemies, they drop shards. So like magical shards that they've stolen from the tree itself, this space and time shards. And the idea would be that the space-time shards is what's currently giving them the ability to duplicate and respawn endlessly, right? So that's where the explanation of the whole survivor-like game comes in, right? So how's there just a million lizards all the time? It's because of the power they've sapped from the tree. But now you kill them, so you gain some of these shards, and you can then basically feed them to the heart seed to make it grow, to make it expand. And this is kind of what I'm trying to to show here on the side with the little tree-like thing growing here. So, but as the heart seed expands, and I'm representing it with leaves currently, it might not be leaves, but these are the rooms that you get to add to your little pocket dimension. And obviously they then give you the ability to go and rest, recover, do other things. But here's the trick. So that uses space shards, right? So the space shards, which allowed the enemies to effectively duplicate themselves or whatever, allows you to expand the heart seed. But the time shards is where it gets interesting. So inside the heart seed, it is essentially just a void. There's no time, there's no space, generally speaking. So time doesn't move. You have to make time move with the time shards that you collect. or the time slivers, or whatever you want to call them. We're still thinking about names for these things. And the lizards drop those as well. So what you can do with the time shards is you can affect the passage of time in each of the rooms with those shards. So what I'm thinking is, what if instead of things happening in these rooms only when the game is being played, right? Because that's how it currently works. What if I gave you the ability to do like a time skip, to let time pass while you are still in this menu? That gives you, so that's what the time shards are going to enable, and that gives you the ability to interact with this system a little bit more. So the idea here is now, oh, I have 100 time shards. If I want to make the chicken go rest in the spa for 30 seconds, I need to spend, it's 30 seconds, it's probably not 30 seconds, right? But whatever, 30 time units. I need to spend, so I need to put him in the spa, and then I need to spend those time shards. Right? So you could refresh your characters without having to play the game with a different character, provided you have the time shards to do it. That's kind of a little bit of a different thing, but I wanted to get away from mechanics that are very similar to other survivor-like games, like just basic, oh, you level up, right? So that's why I simplified the level up system. And I wanted to emphasize the whole waiting room aspect of the game, because I feel like that's a little bit more of a unique mechanic. But the interactions you could have with it was very limited. So in introducing this new resource that lets you pass time within the room without having to play a level, you can actually do a lot more prep before you go fight. And what that also allowed us to do was reduce the starting amount of characters. So you don't have to start with 4. And in fact, I feel like maybe you only start with 1 character. And you have to open portals. So use your space shards to summon additional heroes from around the world to the heart seed to help you in the fight. So now the space crystals do multiple things. They expand the heart seed, but they also use to teleport people to you, so you can actually expand your party. And that allows us obviously do a couple of things. That means we can let you start with the chicken only. Let's imagine you buy the game and this is your first playthrough. There's a chicken, right? He's the first to answer the call. And then as you collect these shards, you can obviously call reinforcements. Up to 4, right? Or maybe more, right? I now have the ability to maybe change the way I think about what a team looks like. And then, yes, we had a lot of things to think about. But that also means I can make characters unlock over time. You don't just get all of them. Another thing that means is I get to maybe randomize the characters that you get. Yeah, I have been thinking about this almost nonstop. Yeah, but the other thing this does is it kind of randomizes the characters you get. So I could say that yes, you can summon them with a portal, but you don't necessarily get who you'd like. Remember, you get a choice of like 3 people, and you can pick one. Or you can re-roll, try to whatever. But you get this random type of mechanic where you can spend coins or whatever to re-roll. It's kind of like in Brotator where you get a shop and there's like, oh, guns, but it's not the gun I want, so you re-roll, you get another gun. And because I want to introduce some randomness, because currently there's almost nothing that's random. No, actually there is nothing that's random. You can literally just select the party that you want, level up, buy the rooms you want, you know, fight the way you want, all that type of stuff. The only random thing is which items drop from the totems, which is kind of not even that useful. So I want to make the party building a little bit more random. Then, something else I thought about. I could use the same idea or the same explanation for how characters join your party to explain why or how items are you know, basically used, or how we get items for the rooms, right? Because it's magical and we are literally teleporting things from different places, but potentially even different worlds or dimensions, you sometimes get a treadmill. It's like, okay, well, we got a treadmill. It's useful, right? It's not at all an item that you would expect from a magical world like this, but we got a treadmill, right? So I think that's kind of cool as well. And I can well, it didn't spawn a treadmill. It teleported an item from an unknown place. And it turned out it was a treadmill. But, I mean, I'm just having fun with it, right? And then that way I could even, you know, you can teleport whatever, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I kind of like the space and time magic thing. Oh, and you know what? Another thing is I thought about doing is, so time could still move normally, let's say, when you are fighting a level, right? Or, you know what, actually, maybe it could, but I was actually thinking of something else. What if, as you play a level, you can play or pause rooms as well, right? So you could say that you could put a character in the spa and then go fight. And then you spend your time crystals that you have in stock to make time pass in the spa, right? So that if you run out of time crystals for some reason, the spa also stops working, right? So that's like a continuous tick. Now, the reason I want to do that is because, first of all, that's going to be cheaper than just doing a time skip, right? So you'd still, you'll be rewarded for using the rooms while you fight instead of just using them between fights, because it's cheaper to use them like that instead of just doing time skips. That's the first thing. The second thing is I want you to be able to speed up time on top of using the room normally during. So you could say that you could do this time skip thing, or you could just let the character go sit in that room during a fight and then increase time by 20%. So time passes faster and you burn through more crystals during the fight in that room than actually pass in the fight. So you can add a multiple. And that could do something like, for instance, let's say you have your observation deck, right? And in your observation room, we know that let's say the owl throws the meteors, right? And he does it at some interval. But if I wanted to speed up time, let's say I make time twice as fast. So this could be your build, right? Your whole build could be Armageddon. So not only do you want a bunch of owls, but then you put them in the observation room and you make time pass in the observation room twice as fast, which means they will summon or cast their fireball twice as often. So now obviously you get, you know, massive amounts of carnage. But it could be nice, right? It could be exactly what you wanted. Yeah. I'm really focused on this mechanic because I feel like that's what's going to make the game stand out, right? Because I don't know of any games that have a similar type of system going for it. Especially not like a survivor roguelike game, right? Yeah, so now we just need to build it. Okay, but I think this is fine. So we can do a little reworking of our UI. Let's go. Okay, so this is our old. I duplicated this so that I can break it without consequence. So this is our old system. I already forgot what I did here. Okay, so that goes there. That kind of stays where it is. Okay. I kind of feel like these buttons are a bit shit. So let's see if I can't make something work here. So that's maybe the first thing. Jeez, there's so much UI stuff I just want to improve on. I feel like I have a bunch of bad UI stuff here. Okay, something like that. What are these buttons doing? Menu buttons. Button.yellow. Menu button? Where did it create that one now? Oh, there. Ah, my UI is so flippin'. Dear my god. Yeah, just do something like that for now. Damn, that's ugly. Okay. So, but that means, okay, so let's think about this. How many divisions do we need? So we need 1, 2, 3 broad. Okay. We go to the top level here. Okay, that's just the stuff at the top, I guess. They can kind of stay there. I'm not gonna, let me not mess with them too much, right? That's all that stuff. I want to mess with this one. So this one should have essentially 3 visual elements. Okay, you can go over there, so you stay there. Okay, something like this. So this is gonna be the middle, so this needs, well, this needs essentially something like, yeah, like a room preview thing. Oof, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I'll have to see. I mean, I know how to do room previews, but now it needs to be changed programmatically. Or something like that, right? Okay, so let's see. Duplicate. So let's just call this thing the room preview. right? So that'd be kind of the room preview, and then this is just the stuff below it. Okay. So I guess... I really don't... Exchangeable room... slot... Yes, it might just be better to start from scratch. Something like that. Yeah, this stuff is flippin'... Okay. We got that one with the room preview. And then we got this one with the room holder. You know what? Delete. Just put a visual element in there. Okay, this one's gonna get called the... let's just call it the heart seed. Okay, that's the heart seed right there. So that's gonna be the heart seed view. Okay. Wait, why is this thing not aligned? It's probably something. Is it this thing? Okay, so this is the room preview. Where are these things living? Okay, they can kind of... Okay, let's see. I kind of want to make this whole thing smaller. 7%. You know what? Even smaller. Okay, we'll make this work eventually. Okay, so this one, I essentially made it so that it's half the size of a normal screen, right? So it's going to be 1920 over 2. No, it doesn't know what that is. That's very useful. What's that? 950, 960? I think it's 960. No, my math isn't mathing necessarily. Oh, it is. Okay. Okay, and this is 1080, so that's 540. And then we don't want it to grow or shrink. So that's going to be the room preview. So the room preview is nice and big, but that's kind of fine. I like that. Okay, and if that one is 960, I feel like you can be 970 wide. No shrinking or growing. Okay, there we go. Almost gifted the bot a sub. Okay, so this visual element would obviously need something inside of it, but I don't know what that is yet. Okay, and here we need to make a new... something new. Okay, we might need to write code here. So, how would we achieve something like this? Obviously, I can start off just putting stuff down. That's not a problem. So we need the base here. So I guess that we can just put in, right? So we need at least a visual element for that, and then we need another one. Something like this. So we have the top and the base. Right, so this is the seed. Let's just call it the base. Okay, it doesn't shrink or grow. It'll be a set size. No. Auto. I mean a set size like this. Yeah, something like 340. That's going to be the start of it. And the rest, this will be a scroll element, I think. Oh no, I wanted the whole thing to scroll, technically. Yeah, but this is going to be the one that grows, but the whole thing should be in a scroll view. I feel like. Yeah, something like that. So this one should be... Okay, we can... Yeah, we have the base and we have the expansion. I'll rename this if I feel like I need to. Now that's what it's called. Okay, so something like this. Okay, so most of this is straightforward enough. So my big thing now is I need to take this, and obviously I'll need to add something here. Inside of this I probably need slots. So they'll be... Huh. Just a slot, right? I think so. Okay, so in the base we'll need... okay, let's think about this. So we'll need to put a couple of visual elements here to just split it up a little bit so the slots go in the right way. So I was kind of thinking 3, and then you have 2 slots, and then 2 slots on this side. Ugh. There's so many shitty things in my my thing. Kind of annoying. Okay, anyway. Are these the slots that I used? It's just a standard slot, right? And then you can also get a room slot. I guess it must be. Guess it must be. Alright, so we got a visual element. Okay, so first of all, the base. I want them to be like that. Yeah, it's better. So this should be like the portal, and then these are just the guys on the edges. We'll make it look better once we get there. Okay, and then we have the slots on top of each other. I guess I just changed the slot sizes. I don't know. This is weird. Yeah, we have room slot style. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna create a new USS, and I'm gonna call it what did I call? Okay, level prep art seed. Okay, set as active. Actually, can I put it at the top? Yes, I can. Okay. Okay, add a selector. So this is going to be the default slot. Which I kind of can't even believe that I don't have this already, but anyway. So let's just put that on these ones. Just want to be able to see stuff at least, you know. What? Where's this thing coming from with its value cannot be null? Oh, look at that. They do have some kind of a... Oh, that's interesting. Who decided? Is there already a default slot selector in here? I just didn't know it. And obviously, yeah. I think there might be a default slot selector in here already. This is not annoying at all. And the worst part is it moved now. Okay, go back there. Is there any other default slots? Okay, so I suppose this one is the one that already gives us the height and stuff, yes. So I had a selector for default slot already. Now I made another one. But I can't see it, so... don't know where it would be. And I can't search. Don't think so. That would be too easy. I can open it here and search, but... it's not in here. Ah, who knows? Maybe I deleted it or something. I don't know. Okay. Let's unset all And let's start from scratch. Let's start from scratch here. Okay, so let's get a nice texture. Yeah, this is just supposed to be like a background thingy. We should make it round. Ugh, you know what? Let me not fiddle with this more than I need to. Yeah, let's just give it a background color. Right. Just so I can see it. And then when the actual design gets done, I just want to make it work. And then, you know, when we actually have a design for this thing, it should be... It'll be better then. Righto. So let's think about this. If we make it a percentage, and a percentage is gonna look something like that, right? Okay, we can make you... Okay, that's not the type of justification I was thinking about. Something like this instead, right? Okay, then we can make our default slots... Make them 40% of the height. Yeah, we could put them in like that. Something like that, right? And I like using pixels. Then I can make them 120 by 120. And then I know at least they are squares. Okay, so that's how we could start this off. Righto. Okay, so this visual element, you know what? Actually, yeah, this one should shrink and not grow. This one should also shrink and not grow. This one should be nice and big, and these should be tiny in the corners. Okay. That's a start. That's a start. Obviously, we can make the whole base... have a little bit of a margin, I suppose, if we wanted. No, let's not do a margin. Let's do like padding. Okay. Something like that. So we have a base with our default slots. Now, none of these are going to work. Okay, so what we can do if we want to... What the hell just happened? Oh my word, okay. I literally just saved it and it's like, cheers. Just goes away. It's not annoying at all. Okay, obviously it doesn't look like much, but at least we have the default slots there. So it can work from there. Now, so the default slots are still going to look and work the same way they did before. Our room slots though, so they're going to be a little bit different. They're going to go into the expansion section. So maybe we should give this thing a minimum height. Yeah, just something like that. So at least we have something to work with here. Right, and I guess we could add a background here just to visualize what we are doing over here. That would be a background for the whole base, wouldn't it? Yeah. I think so. Let's do something. Seed. There's probably not going to be a seed background here. Yeah, we'll have to make something. Hey, Brody. Unity 6.2 is out now. As in LTS. Or is it just out? Is it out as an LTS? Let's see. LTS. It is supported and recommended. It's out of beta, okay. I'm super... Does it fix all my UI problems? Because I've had enough of losing selectors. It's flippin' annoying. I don't think I have a texture that's gonna just work. Yeah, I should probably just use something like a oval or something. Well, let's get a circle. Oh, it's got world space UI toolkit, like baked in, and not some fancy way, an easy way. Because I've seen people doing world space UI toolkit stuff before, but I guess it's world space. Oh well, yeah, it's world space without all the need to be super clever about it or anything like that, hey? Okay, so if this is supposed to be our base, let's say it's an oddly shaped type of thing like that, that means our slots would be closer to the center. So what we could do, we could take our base and just squeeze it by increasing the padding. Damn. So is this too small now? Is that what you're telling me? Ah, okay. Easy in air quotes, eh? It's still probably going to be a nightmare. Or something like a nightmare. Okay, so like 95, 95. Yeah, so that kind of works out. But yeah, so our little base is now quite small. We could do... see if I can make this work somewhat. So let's add a visual element here. And let's make it positioned absolute, right? So it doesn't take up anything. And then let's give it that background. So we could just grab the same Same background. We take the background off of this one. Right. And then we grab this one and we give it a size. Oh, well. Okay, let's start off with this. Just make it the whole size of the thing. Okay, if we put it first, it'll be at the back. Okay, and now what I can do is I can kind of make it just... I can't. Oh, I can't overlap that one. Oh, come on. I wanted to overlap that one. So it goes behind that visual element. Yeah, I thought I was going to be cheeky here. How would I do this then? I guess you're not meant to do this, maybe. Like if I wanted to make it take up more space, I should give it more space by moving this away, type of thing. Okay, I'm probably overcomplicating this. Let's just get a circle in here. Again, yeah, we'll take this strangely shaped circle, stick it in there. That is our base, right? That is the seed. That is the hard seed. Now, if I want to make it bigger, I should make it bigger in a more clever way. So I should take the base itself and just give it more height, for instance. You know, that already helps a little. I could also take the base, for instance, and, you know, just play with these things a little bit. Nicely spaced out, okay. We'll just go with that for now. Right, and then in the center here we have like a portal. That's probably gonna look like shit. I mean, it's not great. What happens if I change this? Oh, wow. Okay, don't change the color. Unset. Can I tint it? Okay, tinting it's not that bad. Whatever, we'll do something like that, right? I mean, we will have to improve on this, but okay. Got a visual representation of our base at least. Hello, Eternal Lord. How's it going? Okay, wait, I changed something. I changed the width. Okay, we'll just... Okay, I'm just not gonna... I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm doing well, thank you. Okay, so the next question would be... I probably have more than one, but... Okay, so up here, we want the additional room slots to appear. Now, these room slots are going to be slightly more straightforward, I would say. Ooh. So we essentially want them to be, okay, something like well, we'll need to have an artistic rendering, but apart from that, we would need them to have, okay, so let's just make them a block. So let's assume we obviously have a block because we can't have other types of shapes in Unity. So even though it looks like a leaf, it's a block, right? I guess I could make it as big as possible, right? You know, we could imagine that I make it this big. And I lost my block. Yeah. Just make a new block. Okay, so there's our UI element. So it's gonna need a little icon. So that's essentially what we need, right? So we need some kind of a block, and the point of the block is it needs to show you that this is the blacksmith, for instance. So text position, I guess. I don't know how I get it from the center there. Shape format. Text full outline. No, who knows? Who knows? Hey man, it shouldn't be this hard. Okay, whatever. It tells you it's a blacksmith, right? You're using my only emote to figure out how to make emotes. Well, I need to get somebody to make it for me. I think I got that one from Twitch. I don't think I made that one or anything. I think it just gave me that one at some point. I don't know for what. Must have done something. Okay, so the idea with this is it's just it's straightforward, right? It's on the leaf. You have a label, tells you what room we just got, and you have maybe a picture of some sort, right? And then the icon for showing you just which character is there. Now, if you click on this, it should open the room preview. That's at least the idea. Okay. So, how the hell are we going to do this? Should we go and mess with the old room slots? Should I just make a new type of slot? Yeah, because if I could put... Oh, I would also need... Okay, there's a couple of things I need to think about here. I'll think about them now. I'm just gonna go grab something else to drink and use the restroom, and then I can think again. I'll be right back. Where's my Discord? Ugh, not Discord, OBS. This one, yeah. And like that. Like that. Okay, 2 minutes. Oh, I'm back. Eternal Lord, cheers. Raises limited edition Destiny 2 tank card. Wow, that's impressive. What is that even? Let me see. You got one of these. Wow. Should you be drinking from it? It seems like a collectible. Oh, you shouldn't be drinking, okay. But you are. Okay. I was just thinking about it. Nice. Okay. So if we think about this, oh, it has a washable inside. Okay. So you could drink from it, but it's like one of those things. It's like if you do, it obviously loses something like value. Okay, so first of all, I think I should split this one into 3 sections as well. And I want to see something here because I think... So we'll have 1, 2, 3 sections inside. The room slots would be in one of them. And then we do flip the direction like this, right? So that... Yeah, this one would be like a little sliver. This is essentially going to be what's... It's supposed to look like the... you know, the little stem that grows from the tree. Alright, so we can do tree here. Let's see. Actually, I might have a tree texture or two. Oh wait, there's one called branch. Branches. Okay, let's grab that one and see what we can do here. Ooh, okay. Wait, we need to think about this. Maybe we add another visual element. Put this one in the middle. Take the branches one. Make it absolutely placed. I might be... Sliver from MTG. What? Yeah, okay, Magic the Gathering. Okay, I should have been clear. I got that part. I don't know what the other part means. What is Sliver from MTG? Is it something I'm looking at? Is it a song? I don't understand the question entirely. Okay. This is going to be hard, right? How the hell am I going to make this thing look like it's a growing piece of stick? I guess this is where tiling comes in, right? Oh, Sliver is a creature you haven't played. Oh, okay. Okay. So I guess what I need here is something like a tile set that you would typically get in 2D games, right? Because if I want this thing to grow and kind of be able to expand, I would need something like that. Something like a tile set that I can just slap down here. Okay, but we can make a plan here for now. So first of all, I think we can decide how thick the middle part of this tree needs to be. This is all just representative. 3D tile set. Well, I mean, you get 3D tile sets, but I don't think I need that. Not for UI. Think of the possibilities. Modular sticks. Yeah, it shouldn't be that tough. I think we can do it. We can do it, right? We'll have to see. Okay, first of all, you shouldn't shrink or grow. You are the size I tell you to be. Okay, so let's make this center one like 50 pixels wide. That's fine. Also, I kind of want to make the expansion overflow a little. I could give it negative margin to do that, right? Maybe it's negative padding that I should have given it. Doesn't seem like negative padding does anything. Negative margin, though, does seem to do the trick. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's go with negative margin. Let's get rid of the padding. And then we just need 30 pixels. So I need to make this 645 minimum. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so they do overlap with this thing somewhat, which is kind of what I wanted. Okay, good. Good. Making an asset pack about guns? Freedom pack. I mean, it's a name, right? or democracy pack, or equality pack. If everyone has a gun, everyone's equal. Or something like that, I don't know. America. Okay, how big does this thing need to be? Okay, maybe we don't let it grow. Okay, let's not make this one grow either. Wait, how big is the whole thing? So this whole thing, what is your width? You know what, let's work with percentages, that's just easier. Let's make this a percentage. And we'll say you are 8% thick. Then you can be 41%. Wait, is that right? 41 plus 41 is 82. Are you deaf or are there no lyrics? I'm not singing, if that's what you're asking. Also, the music we are listening to is instrumental, which means it doesn't have lyrics. Okay, let's see if I can move this thing up a little bit. I should be able to. There we go. That's 46%, that's 46%, that's a nice equal 8%. Hybrid theory. I don't know if I can. Is hybrid theory oh, Linkin Park. So as cool as that would be, the music we currently were listening to is royalty and all those good things free. And if I listen to I know Linkin Park, I just don't listen to it that often. But I mean, listened to a lot of Linkin Park back in the day. I don't know the album's names. I don't know a lot of things, right? And when it comes to music, I don't know any album names about just about anything. Even the stuff I listen to regularly now, I can't tell you the album names. I can tell you I listen to Sabaton, and that's about it. Can't remember the album names. I can remember some of the song names. It's difficult, eh? Yeah, but anyway, the point I was trying to make is, I'd get copyright strike if I listen to that, since I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch. Oh, and for some reason, so I'm streaming from South Africa, right? If you didn't know that. But in South Africa, we have very shit connectivity to the Twitch servers, right? So I have to use a intermediary server to get to stream to Twitch at anything like a stable, well, anything that approximates a stable stream, right? But that means I can't split my audios like you would normally be able to with Twitch. So I'm kind of stuck. Yeah, but you're probably your VODs are muted, or they are taken down, or you don't have VODs, eh? Am I right? Or you can actually change your OBS settings to have two different audio streams. So if you do that, you can make it so that the sound, the music specifically, doesn't appear on the VOD, but it is in the live stream, which is pretty cool. But like I said, it doesn't work with my server issues. And if you stream on YouTube, you can't stream copyrighted stuff. Point blank. End of discussion, right? It's just not allowed at all. Okay, let's think about this. Where's my... Okay. So this is like the stem... Steam. Oh, jeez. Stem. Okay. This would be the leaves. Leaves? How do you spell leaves? Ah, jeez. But this is the left. Leaves. Leaves. Yeah, okay. So, okay. English is hard. It's not like it's my first language. Right. I mean, I'm pretty good at speaking English, but it's still sometimes a bit tricky. And this is just a background. A background image of tree. Okay, so here's the idea. So we got these leaves, left leaves and right leaves. And then inside of this, maybe we have the actual leaves. So this could be a leaf. Leaf. Let's duplicate that. And then let's call this one no leaf. There's a method to my madness here. Leaf and no leaf. Right, and then we're gonna do a leaf size. Right, and leaf and no leaf will have a leaf size. I'm just, this is not how I'm gonna do it, you know, at the end of the day. I'm just trying something here. And then if it works out the way I think it will, I can then do it with code, I hope. Okay, so the room slots would go into leaves, right? And then we have leaf and no leaf, so I'm just thinking about how I'm gonna space them. Okay, let's just get rid of the room slot. It's messing me up. Okay, so this is on the left. And then we can have the same on the right. But I might alternate these differently. So it starts with a leaf, then no leaf. But this one is no leaf, then leaf. That seems good. Okay, and now what we can do is we could grab the leaf size. Are you kidding me? Okay, whatever. Let's grab the leaf size. And let's say, okay, so the leaf size is obviously the full width. You know what? Let's rename this to just leaf then. Do they still have the leaf? No, they don't. Oh, okay, yeah, this is annoying. Wait, I could do this with a name, right? What happens if I just do leaf? How do you do name selectors? Name or ID, hashtag, okay. Hashtag leaf. Ah, okay, that's great. Do that then. Okay, so now we can grab the leaf, and you know we can give it a texture. Let's see. Yeah, just something like this. I think is fine. Maybe something like this. Oh, damn. Okay, we can tint them, you know, a little green. Yeah. like that. I guess I need to put this on top for it to be behind. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so these are leaves, right? And they kind of look shit right now. Like I said, we'll figure this out eventually, but for now it's gonna look shit a little bit. Things are gonna look a little shit. Okay, I was busy with this. Let's think about the sizing of the leaves, right? So the width can be just a percentage, 100%. The height, though, I kind of feel like I can mess with this, right? So let's make the height like 200 pixels. Right, but then we need to do, let's see, no leaf. No leaf. Hey, so our no leaves needs a height as well. Okay, let's make their height like not 200 pixels, I don't think. That seems a bit excessive. 40 pixels. Maybe 80 pixels. Like, something like that should be okay. If I preview this, I can scroll, right? Yeah. Okay, so you kind of see where I'm going with this. Sort of. Okay. Obviously, the background doesn't work because I just don't have the correct tiles here. But yeah, we'll get something that we can just stack on top here. Maybe I already can do something. Okay, well, first of all, just take the leaves. Okay, so this leaf, you need to be rotated, right? Don't know if that's so easy to do. Could I flip this thing? Don't know if I can. Ooh, I could scale it. There we go. Okay, so this is gonna look super jank for a bit. Because I just want it to be visually represented for now. And then we can figure out how we would like to make it look or work. Yeah, but so currently what we have is essentially we have a leaf and a no leaf. This is 200. That is 80. So then we should have a stick and stuff like that to connect all these things with. So yeah, we'll work with that today sometime. Okay, now inside the leaf, we can add our room slots, right? Essentially. So we can add the room slot inside the leaf. Okay, so now we have this dot room slots. Yeah, room slot style. Here we go. Okay, so let's think about this. So a room slot, it's right there. Okay, before I break too many things, let's just grab this room slot itself and see if we can't make it fit the leaf, right? So we have a room slot like that. Just make the width auto, I think, and the height auto. Don't know what that's supposed to mean. Percentage 100, right? Okay, so this is our room slot, so we can unlock it. We might want to change the way that works. Oh, it's also flipped. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah, it's because I flipped the thing underneath, right? Okay, well, that's fine for now. Let's just see. Okay, so that doesn't look great. So obviously what we need to do... I wonder if we should just create a new type of slot from scratch. Like a leaf room slot. Yeah, maybe that's not a bad idea. Or a leaf slot or something like that. But anyway, what I could do now is I could just increase my... not my margin, my padding. You know, just to make sure all the elements fit. Nicely on top of the leaf, so to speak. Okay, let's go over here and let's just fiddle with our standard things to make a leaf room slot. Right, just wanna figure this out, right? But let's see what a leaf room slot could look like. So that's just the basic leaf room slot. So essentially, if I think about this, we would need a label of some sort. So we could put a label in there. And then the rest are just going to be visual elements, essentially. We might need, let's say, 2 more visual elements, or maybe 3. Not sure. Okay, so but the label should say something like, oh, this is my blacksmith, right? Something like that. And let's just suppose the text has a color that you can see. Ah, okay, I changed the wrong stuff. I want you to be over there. Okay. Blacksmith. Okay, good. And then Monterus at bold. Okay, that's our text of choice. Okay, so just something like that. We can center it. Nothing fancy. Okay, the leaf slot itself, I guess we could use padding to just put everything inside. So that's where the blacksmith text goes. Start off with. Just unset that, right? I didn't want to do that. Okay. Then I kind of want... Okay, so let's see. Then I kind of want to put a image of some sort. Of an anvil or whatever. You know, it doesn't have to be pretty. I mean, it can be pretty, but it doesn't have to be pretty right now. Okay, let's see what this one looks like. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, so an image of an anvil. So we have a blacksmith. The little image. Now, maybe I want the label and the image in the same thing, and then I want to make it like, well, something like this, right? Just put the blacksmith first. Yeah, we don't want you to grow. I want to tell you what size to be. That is interesting. Okay, you also, I don't want you to be that big. So you shouldn't grow. Just be the size I would tell you to be. Okay, that's a good size label. Okay. Now the leaf itself. Okay, so let's get some more. Some more squashing happening here. Some more padding on that side, and a little bit more padding over here. I mean, that could work, right? As a little bit of a thing. Blacksmith, there we go. Now, obviously, if we put like an outline on the text and we give it a shadow of like, yeah, and obviously we can make the leaves darker or lighter depending on what we really want. Okay, we do something like that. Now, obviously, when I'm zoomed in, it looks great. Yeah, now it doesn't look that great. Okay. Anyway. So this visual element would be our icon holder, essentially. Maybe. So this would be the icon of the character that's in the blacksmith at the moment, right? I kind of want the text to be bigger. Yeah, I feel like you need to be able to read this easily. And that would mean that this image might be too much. Okay, but let's go make the leaf. Give up some space at the bottom. Yeah, it's making like 100 by 100, right? That's our little blacksmith emblem. Or you know what? What would happen if we just made the blacksmith emblem absolute? Put it at the back. Right, let's just organize it. Like that, and let's unset the size. Yeah, I mean, that could work as well. We could change the size of the texture. Ah, you know what? I should actually not work it like that. Yeah. Let's just put the center like so, and then what I could do in this case, like I would like it to be a little bit more straightforward than this, but yeah, let's just imagine for a minute that we make the height of the text a set size. So we say that the text, let's make it 30, and let's make sure it doesn't have any weird padding nonsense. Okay, that looks okay. Yeah, so we got our blacksmith, and we got a little picture here, and obviously we can now work with this thing forever to try and make it, you know, look the way we want. Right. So there we go. Imagine that is our blacksmith, and then on top of the blacksmith, whoops, daisies. Okay, so then this visual element would be our icon holder. We got a nice name. We can take this label out, right? Just delete that one. There we go. We got our name. And then we got our little icon holder. I don't know if this... This could be an icon holder. Maybe we just put a visual element in there. Which would be the icon itself, or a frame. You know what? I think we can make this thing absolute as well. Yeah, then we just do it like 30 from the top. 20 from the left, 20 from the right, and 10 from the bottom, maybe? I don't know. Might be overcomplicating this a little. Yeah, do I want it like that? I don't actually know how I want the position. What if we just put it in the bottom left corner? Or bottom right corner? Now if we give it a size, so it shows up like that, and we can make this thing a texture of some sort, frame, I don't know, something like a frame. Nah, you know what? I'm just gonna give it a let's just give it a radius. Yeah, it kind of looks like shit like that, but let's give it a background as well. We can make the background color a little lighter. I feel like this thing could have a background as well, to be honest. The label. Maybe the whole room? No, not the whole room. I think just the label could have a background. So if we just did this, that visual element, and expanded the whole thing. Okay, let's just not make it grow. So now it would only be the size of the label, right? Okay, let's just see if I can't give it a little bit of a flair. Like a line of some sort. Okay, a shut line. It's also a bit of a shut line. Look at all my shut lines. Ah. Where's all the nice lines? There were so many more lines the other just previously. They might have not been textures, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, so this is just kind of an idea. So on the leaves, you won't have proper representations of the rooms, maybe just a little bit of an icon, you know, so you can see, oh, this is totally a tree, a blacksmith, and you can see which character is inside the blacksmith currently. Yeah, I think that will be fine. Yeah, and we can duplicate this and put it on another leaf, for instance. And that's interesting. Oh, that's because the leaf doesn't have the same. Okay, let's go into leaf. And let's just give them all the same thing. Padding. Yeah, okay, so something like that. So there we go. We got another leaf going here. Now, obviously, I'm going to tweak a lot of this stuff, you know, going forward still, but this isn't so bad. And then this one could be... So this leaf room slot could be the... you see, this is now observation. Actually, now that I think about it, does the name actually need to be inside? It could just hover above, right? An observation room. I could just call this a lookout or something. Right, a lookout, and then we can make the picture binocular. There we go. We got a nice lookout that is a binocular. Right, something like that, and then we can also have in this one. We might not have a... Let's see. So let's say this one is the infirmary. Hospital bed. I don't know. Doesn't have to look that jank, but that's the idea. Now, obviously, ideally, what we'd like is if we had consistent representations of each of these rooms. So we'll have to think about it and how it kind of looks. Yeah, but I kind of like the idea at least. So we'll have yeah, and you can scroll as it grows beyond the screen, right? And you have the starting area. Or the starting seed, or whatever you want to call it. Make it like a brown. Yeah, so you have your starting seed and then you have the rooms. Now, as soon as you click on the room, what it should do then is it should open a preview window over here. And that's where you actually interact with the room for the most part. If you want to do anything with the room, like upgrade it or something like that. Yeah. Okay, so we need to create a new UI element that we are going to call the leaf room slot. Or something like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the visuals I have here. So it's going to be a leaf room slot, so let's go think about it. But now that I've built them, it's going to be much easier to work with them. Now we can also do here a leaf room slot. Boom. Now obviously it's selecting those shitty leaves. And what I could also do is I could make the leaves and no leaves. Leaves and no leaves that I can stack on top of one another. And they have a specific size, and then we can also have yeah, so I think I'm gonna make all of those. So we're gonna have leaf and no leaf. So the reason I want yeah, I kind of want to make the building block at the back, and then I want to make the leaf room slot go on top of the leaf. So I think that's fine like that. Yeah. And a leaf. We have a leaf, no leaf, and a branch. Right, so we're going to have to make those 3 types of blocks, essentially. So as we build this thing, let's go into our UI builder, 7000. Essentially what it's going to be like is something like this. So we're going to have 3 types of blocks. What are the sizes? Okay, height is 80. Okay, they have the same width. Okay, this is the width I think is 46% or something. Yeah, 46 and 8, yes, okay. So, if we made the height, okay, this is going to be a no leaf, and the height 0.8. I actually don't know how many pixels the width is. Let's figure this out quickly. So our expansion section, it doesn't have a size itself, right? Neither the heart seed should have something that's a size. Not really. Okay, so it just kind of fills in the space. This thing has a size, 970, and this thing has a size. It is the size of this thing. Okay, 380. So we have 380 plus 970. Okay, and that all goes into this thing. Which has an extra 40. Okay, minus 1920. So this is roughly 530 pixels wide. So then we have 46% of that going into a leaf. So 530 times 0.46. That is a leaf, so it's 243. Okay, so 244. So 2.44. And then the height will be 0.8. Okay, so we're going to work with that. So this is a no leaf. No leaf. Okay, that's a no leaf. And then we can also have a leaf. And we'll make this one a different color. And the leaf height. So it's 80 for the no leaf, and the leaf is 200. Okay. Whew, sorry about that. Okay, so that's a leaf and that's a no leaf. They get stacked on top of one another like that. Okay. Then from there, we need a branch. So that would be 40, so 0.4. So let's say duplicate. Duplicate, rotate. Okay, and you need to be brown. Brownish. Okay, so these are essentially the three elements I need, right? And then, so these are the building blocks, so I need to make just to make it feel a little bit more organic. This is essentially what I need. I need in terms of visual elements, I'll need a branch and then a leaf and not a leaf. And obviously you can now imagine that based on the shapes and all the stuff, I'll obviously make it so the branch can have branches, right? Okay, and as you grow the tree, it's gonna kind of stack these things like so, right? So it might. So let's say I grow the tree. So the first thing it's gonna do, it's gonna extend the branch. Then it's gonna grow a leaf and put another no leaf on top, just as a spacer. I'm just thinking about what I need to do in code here. And then on this side, as soon as I want to expand on this side, it'll put another no leaf. And then a leaf, right? So those are my building blocks, and that's how it's gonna go, right? So from a coding point of view, this is what I need. Okay, so and each of them will have a unique background and a unique. Well, we're gonna make a tile set. This is effectively what our tile set's gonna have to look like. It's gonna have to be no leaf tiles and leaf tiles and a branch tile that I can extend up in the middle. Right. And then on top of the leaves, we put the rooms, right? So, but we first need to physically grow the leaves, so make room, make space for a room to exist. As soon as there's space, I can then do the next thing. Okay, so we need these three, and then on top of it, I need to create a new shape called. And this shape's going to be a bit odd, but this is effectively going to be the... And you know what? I could make this thing extend into the no-leaf zone. Right, and the idea with that is... I could... give the name. So, title... Seriously? Name of room. Right, I could put the name of room there, so it's not physically inside. And then I could do insert inside of the actual leaf. This will be my little room picture. Right, something like that. And then I think like I want to make a little corner section here maybe. And I think I'm always going to try and orientate this towards the center. Is that a good idea? It might not look too bad. Yeah, so this would be the icon. Something like that. So we have a background image, the name of the room, which is a label. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna put the thing there. We could put a little label thingy there and just make it shapeful. Oval? Right, something like that. So we have leaves, no leaves, and then we have a room. So this is now what we call our leaf room slot. Okay, and so we also need to think about what else we need to add here. So I think each branch So if we look at a branch, right? I think it's gonna have 3. I think I want to connect buttons to the branch, maybe. So what if we made a branch and then we created 3 buttons? So we put a button over here, right? Make it green. Another button over here. Yeah, so these will just be simple buttons. Like a plus sign in it, if I could find a plus sign. I really wanted to add a plus sign here. Maybe I just add a plus. Ugh. Yeah, maybe we have green plus signs. Right, just floating here. And essentially, this is going to be like, we see this one, we can click it, and then this one will appear. That'll be the 2 leaves that you can attach to the branch. And once you've done both of the leaves, another plus sign will appear, which is essentially a plus sign for a new branch. That's how you grow the tree. So the branch grows the trees, right? Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. And we can obviously put a little text. You know, just some text here that gives you the cost. So this is like 100 shards. Right, we can just put it there on top. That would suffice. $400 shards, so something like that, right? So you have a branch, and it has 2, not leaves, no leaves yet, right? It's just the branch. I guess those could be leaves, to be honest. Yeah, because once the branch is there, that could be a leaf already. And then on top would be the only button that's separate. Yeah, that would make sense, because we don't need to wait to expand it sideways. We need to wait to expand it up, because that's what triggers the scrolling. So we don't necessarily want to just add another branch on top automatically. That I think we need to do. Unlocking the leaf, actually making the leaf appear, that deserves a click. And then expanding the branch deserves a click. And then when the leaf is there, so the leaf was grown, we could also then add a room. We could also make it so that growing a leaf takes space and time shards, essentially. So it's not only a question of making space, but also time needs to pass in some way. Right, that makes sense. And then on the leaf itself, there will be a unlock room button type of thing. Or maybe you click on the leaf once it's grown. That's maybe not a bad idea. So once you have a leaf that's grown, you can click on it and it gives you a preview on the room preview of just empty space, where you can select what room to add. Either in the room preview or down here below. Like you click on an empty leaf and it's like, oh, there's nothing there. Now that sounds good. Okay. So that's not difficult at all. Let's just do it, right? Good luck, me. You're gonna need it. Okay, so we'll go into our project and let's go look for some custom elements here. So scripts, UI, custom elements. Okay, so we want to add a few here. So create wait, what do I want to create? Oh yeah, just a C# script, right? So this is going to be a branch. Oh, I need to think about this naming because this is going to be hot seed branch. Okay, let's create a new script. I guess the no leaf can be added to the script itself, maybe. I'm not sure. Could we do everything in the heartseed branch, actually? I suppose we could. So if we just do everything, so if I have to rethink about this, so then do I want to do that though? Because in a leaf, if it's just a element of a branch, the room is still its own thing, so there will be a button on a leaf. Tree-like structure, hey? Yeah, so if we think about the structure, I could make the whole thing one UI element, and then as you unlock, it just stacks another one on top, stacks another one on top. That's actually not terrible if we're just stacking these branches on top of one another. And that's not such a bad idea. Instead of having the 3 columns, I'm just stacking branches and then revealing stuff as we go. So then I can already in code decide where everything goes. Yeah, maybe that's okay. Okay, let's work with the heartseed branch. I think that's okay. I don't have to do... What is this thing on about? Null reference exception error. What are you talking about? I didn't do anything. Ugh, UI toolkit is such a pain sometimes. I don't know what I did. But it obviously doesn't like whatever I just did. And I just came here to show off some ideas. I don't know. And these are the most useless errors in the world because I don't know. I don't know what they mean. Okay, let's just close Unity. And let's try and open Unity again. Okay, it lost all my leaves, obviously. Or something weird happened here for sure. Oh, okay, no wait, there are still leaves here. Okay, we can call this the branches, right? And you know what? I'm not gonna delete this just yet. I'll leave it there, but I'm basically gonna delete this. Okay, so public partial class heartseed branch, and we want to extend visual elements. Okay, something like that. Also, I just need to check something with my slots. Okay, let's get a room slot because I'm gonna have to reference the room slot quite a bit. UI toolkit custom elements room slot. Okay, so the first thing is we just want something like this right here at the top. So this is gonna be just a heart seed branch. Okay, and then public art seed branch constructor. There we go. Nice. Okay, I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, so a heartseed branch. Okay, wait, I didn't put my camera back on or anything else. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Getting ahead of myself. Okay, so let's think about this. What do we want this thing to have? So like we've said, it really helps if you just like draw it out for yourself like this, because now I'm like, okay, cool. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 visual elements just to contain everything. The branch itself is going to be, yeah, okay. So the branch itself is essentially this, right? That's the branch. I have that thing, so I need to split it down 3 ways, give them sizes, and then put the leaves and stuff in there. Okay. So we start off with a branch. Yeah, I don't know how big I want to make it or anything like that, but let's just add in a few more things. So private visual elements. So this is going to be a leaf, which doesn't really do much, I guess. Do I want to make them exactly the same, or do I want to do a left and a right leaf? Maybe I actually want to make them left and right. Yeah, leaf left. And leaf right. Because the only thing I'm thinking about there is I might want to change the backgrounds and stuff like that so they're not actually looking the same. So a different tile could be used for each of them. So if I separate them like this, I think it's just going to look nicer. Okay. So we have those leaves. We generally have, I guess, a left and a right side. Do I need references to that? I don't really think so. I don't think so. Yeah, no. Then we need private visual element. This is just going to be the no leaf. Then we need private the stem, little stem in the middle, or the branch, or the actual branch. Okay, so now we have the branch, we have 2 leaves, and we have the no leaf, which is the same thing. That one's definitely not going to change. Yeah, and then we have the branch, and that should be enough. Okay, and then we have a private, maybe another private visual element, extend branch. So that would be the type, the button thingy at the top, right? So that's the only other thing we need. Now we need to think about this a little bit. So so I'm talking about this. Now, if we want to put this on top here, right? We either need to put it on top. Could we even put it on top? I don't even know. So it'll have to be a absolutely position thing or something like that. I don't know how that would look or work. It's not impossible. Or the branch itself actually needs to contain that bit, and then the next branch will be stacked over top of this. Yeah, so when you click that, it kind of goes away. I could do that. I could do that. So we could have 1, 2 visual elements, and then 1, 2, 3 visual elements, and then this one I could just flex 0 as soon as I put in a new branch. That could work. That could work. Yeah, okay, so we can have the extend branch, and then we can have the main branch. Let's call this main branch, extend branch, and then I want to still have a visual element for the branch itself, right? Or just the stem or the branch, which is the middle bit, right? Okay, so this is the left side. You know what? Actually, we should just make it the merge branch. Left. So left column. Middle. Right. Choo-choo. Okay. So all those things should exist. Okay, so in the heart seed branch, then what I want to do is I want to add. Well, first we want to make. Let's see. So we want to make the extend branch first, right? Okay. We just make a new extend branch, and then we add extend branch, and then we want to also do main branch, new, add main branch. So that's the top and the bottom. Okay, just adding everything there. We want to make left column new, middle column new, right column new. And we want to do main branch dot add left column, middle column, right column. Okay, so we add all the columns to the main branch. So we have the top and the bottom, and now we have 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then we want a leaf left, which could be just new. A new leaf left. Leaf right new, and we can have no leaf new. No leaf. Do we want... I guess we need to make it like no leaf left and no leaf right, just so they are two separate entities. Because otherwise I'm just going to move it around. If there's only one and I add it and then I add it, then it moves it. It doesn't create a new one. If I still want a reference to it, right? Yeah, I guess. No leaf. Left. I might not need many references to this thing, but I don't want to struggle here. Okay, so we just do no leaf left. Whoa. mean, over here we do no leaf left new. Go away. Okay, and then what we want to do is left. Column. Okay, so let's think about this. I kind of wanted to do it. Okay, so if we do it top down, we want on the left leaf, then no leaf. Okay, or we can do it bottom up. But let's just do it like that, right? And then over here we can do right column, add not the left leaf. Actually, whatever we do, we can obviously reverse this at any time. We just need to keep it opposite on the two sides. Okay, so that's our columns. All our branches and stuff. So everything's made and set up. Right, now they don't have any any CSS yet, so we're not gonna see much here, but at least we've got some of the basics. Okay. I'm thinking about the leaf and whether I want it to be a visual element just like that, or whether I want to make a separate class for the leaf to have a button in there. Or do I want a button separate? Yeah, I could now put custom visual elements inside of here, or classes inside of this one. If I really wanted. I could do something like this. Public class, and I can call this just a leaf, which extends a visual element. Just thinking about it, so now I have a leaf, and then inside the leaf I have a button, for instance, right? Maybe. Yeah, like I could add in this thing have public button unlock. Well, yeah. Unlock leaf button. Right, something like that. So now I have a leaf, and inside of the leaf I could have a button if I wanted one. Or I could just have the button separate. The reason I'm thinking about this is because I need references to things, first of all, but I might also want to, I don't know, change something here and there. Not too sure yet. Well, I mean, do I want this unlock leaf button to be inside of a leaf, right? And then when you click it, it does something to the leaf itself, so it shows the leaf. Is that a good way of doing it, or do I do it with the Heartseed branch? So what we could do is we could do public leaf, yeah, so we make a constructor, right, for the leaf, and I think we can construct this, but we can do unlock leaf button is a new button, oopsie, so when we construct it, it's a new button, and we can make unlock leaf button dot select yeah, whatever, something like that. So when you click the unlock leaf button, which is inside of the leaf, you can do something with the leaf itself, right? So when you click it, we could do something like unlock leaf button dot style. Dot display equals display style dot none, right? Something like that. So when you click the button, it goes away. So we can have all that within the leaf itself. We just need to also grab the leaf button, give it a bit of a look. Yeah, and then when we click it, we could also make it so that the background of the leaf gets displayed, right? So once you unlock this, it also does something else. Now, there's a couple of issues here, because obviously when you unlock the leaf, we might want to trigger something else to happen. We could also have this public. Yeah, we need to know the leaf ID or something like that, relevant to. Okay, there's a lot of stuff I need to figure out here still, it seems like. Okay, but we could do something like that. So obviously we'll have two leaves with their things. Now, if I don't want you to click on just any leaf, but I guess you could just click on any leaf, it doesn't really matter. You need to unlock both the leaves before you can access the grow button. Yeah, I think that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, so we could do we can track whether or not the leaves are unlocked, or locked, or not, or whatever. So one of the problems, if this is inside here, is to get any information from here. We'd need to put the leaves in like a list or something like that. Or we'll have to do like a public boolean unlocked. And once you do this, unlocked equals true, for instance. And then somewhere else, I'd need to trigger something to make this thing But then again, I'm triggering something outside. Right, because knowing whether or not the extend branch can grow or can be shown would need to come from information that's contained in here, right? And this is also what triggers that to happen. Okay, could we pass in to the leaf? Let's see if that could work. So we pass into the leaf heart seed branch. Okay, so when we create a leaf, we pass in a heart seed branch, and then inside the heart seed branch, we listen. We could have a public void unlock leaf, or check. Let's just do a check all leaves unlocked. Stupid function like that. And then as soon as I do this, I could just do check. No, I'll have to do something like public heart seed branch, heart seed branch. Okay, and then as soon as the constructor goes, I do this dot heart seed branch is equal to the heart seed branch, and then I can access the heart seed branch dot check all leaves unlocked. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a shitty way to do this, but if I wanted to do that, I could. So I could give the heartseed branch a reference to, or the leaf could have a reference to the heartseed branch, which I guess is okay, sort of. And then the button click logic can happen in here. So, but it just lets the heartseed branch know, look, the leaf was unlocked. So maybe just check. Okay, and check all leaves unlocked. Then we can do something stupid. Like for instance, we can just make leaf right, leaf left. Not a visual element, but a leaf. Right, so they are now leaves. And, okay. We need to give them something. So we just need to give them this heartseed branch instance when we create them. That should be fine. Check all. So then we can just say if leaf left dot unlocked and leaf right unlocked do something. Right, something stupid like a debug.log both leaves have been unlocked. So we could do something like that if both of them are actually unlocked. And that's fine. So this is what a leaf is, and all this information will be stored inside the leaf with the button, click, and all that good stuff. Now, what this button is actually going to look like, nobody knows. Also I need to add the button. So we create a new button, and we've added the thing sort of, but we now need to add the unlock leaf button so that it actually appears. So now the leaf will have a child element. Right, now the other thing we need to do, okay, so we need to think about the leaf's background essentially. because that's going to be changing. Maybe we can add the class list for the leaf only after the button has been pressed. We could do that. So there's two class lists maybe, a leaf that hasn't been unlocked and then a leaf that has been unlocked. Right, that's not impossible to conceive of. Okay. Yeah, but for now, none of these will have any type of niceties to them, so they're all gonna look pretty shit. Okay, so what I'll essentially have to do is create all the class lists so that it doesn't look like too much shit. Right, so it looks kind of good at least. And I can fiddle with it. Do I want to use class lists only? Okay, let's just save and let's see if I can see my Heartseed branch in my Unity, which crashed something. Yeah, it's just doing some compiling of scripts. Because I think hot reload is switched off currently. Okay, so with the way it's going to work now, I would kind of like it if the branches should be arranged like that. First of all, I think I'm just gonna hide these real quick. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You can go away. You can go away, and you. Okay. Yeah. So, let's see. Heartseed branch. Cannot insert an element as its own child. Oh. That's wrong. This should be main branch. Whoopsie. Okay, recompile that quickly. Yeah, it was freaking out hard. It didn't even want me to hover over the Heartseed branch element. Okay, let's just clear it and see if anything else pops up. Okay, so if I stick it in here. Okay, so let's see if it looks correct. So this is. Okay, it's not correct, right? There's a lot of problems because I don't have classes to work with, really. We could give them names, honestly. Yeah, but it's got a leaf and a button. Okay, cool. So the leaf actually does have a name because it's a type of leaf. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, I see. Okay, cool. So what we could do here is we can just do extend branch.name equals whoa. Whoa. Hello, Damon. How's it going with Damon? Is Damon doing good? Okay, and this would just be main branch. Right, so that's the very simple way. The columns I'm not too worried about. To be honest. Well, am I? I don't know. What is that face saying? Why doesn't it, like, give me a text description of the face that you sent there? Face orange raised eyebrow. Well, that doesn't say much. Okay, so at least we'll see the branch names now. Okay, that's also fine. Okay, now the leaves. I might want to add them to class lists, I guess. The no leaf left thing did work, hey? Okay, we also need to think about the columns. So, okay, so let's see. Left column, I think I want to do left column dot add to class list. Let's just call this outside. Yeah, maybe I should call these like branch underscore left column. Yeah, I just don't want to make it like something super generic, at least. Right, something like that. Branch left column. Or branch, let's call these outside column. And then this one can be muddle column. Right, something like that. Outside column, middle column. That should at least give me some control here. And the main branch and extend branch should give me some control. That should work out. Okay, obviously we still need something for the leaves. Okay, so no leaf. No underscore leaf left dot add to class list branch underscore no leaf. Okay, something like that, and we'll just do the same here. I can't remember why I did these separately. Oh, I just needed two of them, that's right. That's why I made two of them, because I needed two. Okay, that might be most of them. Maybe. Okay, let's just save. Ah, I knew it. It was making me think it wasn't gonna compile, and as soon as I clicked, I was like, psych, I'm compiling. Okay, so let's see, is this thing... Okay, we got our main branch, our extend branch. Okay, that's good. Our leaf and the button inside the leaf. Okay, so let's see. So we have our branch outside column. So we should be able to find all our main branches just doing this. Righto. So what I can do now is I can grab this thing and make it organize itself like that. It should mean that my leaf thingies are now all over the place. Oh, come on. You're gonna force me to do this. Okay, and we got a branch outside column. Okay, so let's see. First of all, width 46%. Okay, that's the first thing we need to set there, and then the middle column should be 8%. There we go. Yeah. Okay, then we can also do a name heart seed branch. I hope that selects the whole thing. Is that not really a name? Okay, name equals odd seed branch. Something like that instead. Classic Unity. Yes, very slow. Also don't have my hot reload enabled, because I think Unity crashed. It pooped his pants. I think I need to, I might upgrade to 6.2. I don't know. They're still working with the UI again. It definitely still has problems. Okay, nice. Wait, is it spelled incorrectly or something? Why is it not picking it up? So, okay, wait a minute. If I take this thing and I give it a height. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. That's a weird one. I'm sure. Must be a spelling mistake. Doesn't highlight it though. Why is my name selector not working? Do I need to add it to a class? Add to class list. Man, if I have to, I will. I'm not happy about this, I'll tell you that much. Oh, maybe it's just because this thing hasn't recompiled? What? Maybe it's because I haven't saved anything. That could be it. Okay. Start hot reload. This is annoying. Yeah, I think I'll go to 6.2. That seems reasonable. At least. That's quite a big jump, though. And the part that normally makes me a little bit uncomfortable is the, you know, making it transition. Okay, I don't understand what's happening here. Add to class list. Okay, we'll just create a class list like that, save it. Okay, let's see if... I mean... Do I need to save the UI builder? I don't know what's happening here. I've tried it now multiple times. Damn, it's already 9:15. Probably need to go. Like, maybe I should have gone already, to be honest. Okay, now both of these work. Okay, because the thing now does have the correct name. Yeah, I would... Okay. So that's better. Now we can decide how big we want this thing. Now, let's go back to our UI design tools. So, this thing was 280. Yeah, 280 pixels. So essentially we want this whole thing. Oh, wait a minute. It's 280 plus whatever we have for our other thing. So let's make it 300 pixels big. Oh, actually that's not how we're supposed to do it, right? We should make it auto. Yeah. The main branch should be 280. Right? And then the extend branch... Oh my word. This one. Should be whatever's we need, like 50. That's quite small. Make it 80. Okay, that seems realistic. Interestingly, okay, so that's our main branch. That's an outside column, inside column, outside column, main branch, extend branch. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Nice. Okay, now our leaf and our branch no leaf, the sizing. So let's see if I do leaf, can I actually grab them? Not quite, it seems. Yeah, so we just need to do name equals leaf. Okay, UI builder. Every time I save, it's like, okay, cool, recompiling, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, now I should be seeing the leaves, yes. Okay, and then the other one was branch no leaf. Okay, so the leaf, in terms of the size, should be 280. Okay. So just the height, 200. No leaf, 80. There we go. All the stuff is there. Nice. Okay, now obviously it doesn't look like much yet because, well, we don't have anything to put there. So what we can do is we can say like the middle column, I'm just gonna make it super basic for now. We'll just color it brown. Can I color it with this brown? Okay, so there we go. So that's a branch. Okay, then a leaf, I'll just color that green because that's the color of leaves. Let's do a light, nice dark green. Obviously, we'll make our. Okay, the no leaves, we don't worry about those. Okay, there we go. And oh, there's a button inside of here, which I mean, technically it's there, sort of. Okay, we'll have to think about that button. I guess we should give the button a name, maybe. Unlock leaf button dot name is the unlock leaf button. Okay, then we should name or ID. I assume this is just a name or ID, hey? Yeah. Yeah, okay, we can make that button look like something, I guess. If this thing wants to recompile or something, I don't know why. I have to struggle so much. Button. Okay, let's see. Let's just make it a super stupid button. It is probably a user error. I'm willing to admit that. Okay, 50. There we go. There's our button. Looks terrible, but it's there. And it's inside the leaf. So what we could do. Boom. Yes, that looks so bad. But I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Okay, cool. So the idea would be, there we got it. Oh, Damon, you don't even know what I'm making here. This is my attempt at reworking the UI for the level prep UI thing that you don't like. So it's going to be something like this. Now, this is where I did the planning. So instead of having, you know, all the rooms being shown, I made a little tree thing that grows, and as it grows, you can add trees to the rooms are, it's just meant to be symbolic, right? So, but essentially, these will just be like little buttons that you can click on, and then you see the preview here. So it's not like you see all the rooms all the time. And then I still have a lot of space to put other information and things like that. And what I'm going to try and do is keep the indication icons here, so you can easily still see where you put your characters. You don't have to open the room preview if you don't have to. Yeah, no, the tabs I literally... Okay, so this is what the tabs are going to become eventually, right? So I just want to, when you unlock it, you put in the name of the thing you unlocked, so you can see on the little leaf what it is. Then maybe an icon, like an anvil for the blacksmith or whatever is appropriate, right? And then your little character icon. And that's it. So that's all it's going to be. It's going to be static stuff. I just need to find a nice leaf type of thing. I did try and build something like that, so... I don't think it's gonna look correct. No. Okay, wait. It's on the right leaves. Okay, it looks like shit now. But this is what I kind of built one previously. You see what it looks like before I implement it. Yeah. I was also thinking about that. So it would be kind of cool if the whole upgrading of the room thing kind of works differently. So what I was thinking is, so like you said, first of all, you might have just more options and details in the room itself. So the room could be just made visually more appealing, but also maybe the way you upgrade the room is different. So currently it was just an upgrade room button, right? But what if I made it so that you can choose which parts of the room you want to improve on? So a room might have multiple things in it, and eventually it still gets better, like it goes up in its effectiveness, but it's like, I want to add the air conditioner, right? It's like adding the air conditioner makes it so that sitting in the waiting room or the observation room increases your stamina faster because it's an air conditioner, right? Something like that was what I was thinking. But yeah, then you need to be a little bit more zoomed into the room to see what's happening. But yeah, for now, I think it's a good idea to just keep it as simple as possible. So for now, it's just going to be a visual representation. I'll put the upgrade buttons and stuff like that in there as well, or below it or wherever. Because all this space here is just basically going to be for that. And then you can click on the rooms over here. And the way I've done this is this can scroll. So you could technically now stack as many of these little sections as you want. So what you'd have to do is so you could do this. Right, you still have your base, but then it goes up. I need to make a nice tile set so it looks kind of okay. Depending on how you have your MVVP set up. What is an MVVP? But yeah, so just something like that, right? You can just add to it. So there will be a little button to grow this little tree thingy a bit more. Model view pattern. Whatever that is. Need to remember, I'm not actually a software developer. I'm just doing this. I'm a software developer for fun. I just fool around. Yeah, but this is kind of fun. What's interesting now here is obviously you can now imagine that you could just add a lot of rooms all of a sudden. So we have more expandability. And what that means is I could make some interesting type of rooms that might not do much. But since you can have more, it's fine if there's like a little duddy room, you know, a room that doesn't really do much. So I was thinking about like just adding a room with like an altar or something, and it just provides like a buff. You can't even put somebody into the room necessarily. That's not how it works. It provides a passive buff in the level, right? But in the past, they would kind of be shit because I didn't have space. But now I could just make space. Fine. Yeah, I think that's going to be better. It's going to allow for more replayability and options for the player, I think, as well. But yeah. It was fun. It's 9 o'clock. Let me run. I have a lot of work to do today, which I'm not looking forward to, but I have to get it done. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day or evening or whatever you have right now. Tomorrow is Friday. Can't wait. Unless you're like Canadian, then tomorrow is Thursday. So, sorry for you. Okay, cheers everybody.